we'll go 7.1 to 8.1. So we had 148,000 impressions. The main optimizations were done on the homepage, internal linking. I'll go over the actual changes of how we were able to achieve this. We were able to achieve a result in such a short period of time. This wasn't even a full month for these gains. This isn't paid traffic. There isn't manipulation here. This isn't a spike. This is literally good internal linking, a change of the homepage, commanding the brand. On top of that, internally linking. On top of that, cleaning up a few things. So let's go ahead and talk about what we did on the back end. All right. So what we did specifically. All right. And then I'll share with you exactly where we did these changes to achieve the result. So when we're taking a look here, headings on homepage tuned for brand, this is huge. I really want to hone in on this because when I talk to local business owners, a lot of the times, they're I don't want to say they don't grasp it. They've never seen it before. They haven't done it. They see others in the marketplace doing it a certain way. And just because you see 10 winners doing it wrong doesn't mean that that's the way. Right? So what I want to point out here is, okay, what's branded homepage mean? And I'll share with you exactly what we did here. When we go down here, A tag optimization, A tags are internal links. A tags, if you read into the patents, there's a gentleman online, he talks all about this stuff. I think his first name is Corey. He goes insanely in depth in this type of thing. But with that being said, he will talk to exhaustion about patents and the way they affect how search works, right? Our goal here is to understand these patents. I call it good toilet literature, right? When I'm sitting on my break, it's great to read through patents. But when reading through patents, I also come to the realization that hyperlinks, A tags, hold more weight, right? They're looked at differently. So with that being said, we want to optimize our A tags utilizing primary key terms and also variations of key terms pointing to pages that make us dollars. Crucial. Next, 410 and 404 product pages. I'll share with you this on top of the homepage branded optimization, A tag optimization. We also took care of product pages. We had a lot of competing product pages, 78 to be exact. We went in there, 410, 78 pages. As you can see below, we outlined these product pages. Here you can take a look for yourself. Here's the product pages or portfolio items. This is going to be, in my opinion, competing pages. But when you have a page that's receiving 0, it's always a question from business owners. Chris, I noticed that you removed all these pages. Yeah, a 0 minus a 0 isn't going to, this was a non-event for Google, I assure you. The only thing that it's going to do is now when I call Googlebot to my website, instead of them crawling pages that produce no dollars for the business owner, when I call them, they see my optimized homepage and they also see things that are going to be optimal for me. But with that being said, we talked about the importance of A tag optimization. I'll share with you exactly what that is. All right. That's internal linking, link flow, what words were utilized within these tags. We talked about 410 and 404 pages. This was another implementation that we took care of. All right. Removing deadwood is what we call it internally. Let's get rid of the deadwood. So when we call Googlebot, they're only seeing stuff that is going to be wildly beneficial to our customers and potential customers. The next thing that we wanted to do was, of course, update our sitemap when changes were done and implemented. This is in no particular order, by the way. Sitemap would technically be last. Removal of old pages, that goes along with the 410s. Sidebar internal linking, right? Like this kind of stuff, this page here, I forgot to mention, this page didn't exist either, right? Okay, we did a little bit more. This particular business owner, he's doing YouTube. He's doing a lot of other work too, but the high impact elements that were deployed, I'm mentioning, right? Like he's doing his own thing too. Don't get me wrong here. All right. But with that being said, we'll go back to our screen. Internal linking of the pages. I'll point out those specific pages. Also the optimization of each individual page. So when we take a look at this page, each of these did not exist. Okay, I want to point that out. All right. When we started looking at lighthouses or lighthouse lawn ornaments, what we quickly realized is, yes, poly is cool, and that's a type of material, and that's amazing. But people aren't necessarily looking for poly. They're looking for, Cape Canaveral. They're looking for types, right? So if that's the main element that's going to draw eyeballs, let's double down on that, and then we'll drill down into materials. So we took care of that as well. I should say he took care of that. All right. The next element is the header fix. This goes back to internal linking. Passing internal link flow is so conveying to Googlebot what's important by internal links is massively impactful, right? The only way that I can communicate with the bot is by A tags, internal linking, and being able to pass link flow to pages that are most important. And this is what we really emphasized within this particular case study. And of course, the footer fix. Now that you know what we did, all right, let's go ahead and point out the smaller details, okay? Let's go ahead and get into that, all right? You saw the result. You saw what we did, okay? This is remove 410. We 410 these pages, by the way. All right. Now let's get into this page, and we'll start talking about A tag optimization, head foot sidebar, and what we did specifically. All right. So when we take a look at this type of thing, all right, I want to point out something. All right. When you take a look over here, all right, at the sidebar, you can see that we have our Cape Canaveral, Cape Cod, Cape Henry, Cape Lookout. And I want to point this out. You see how it says lighthouse, lighthouses, right? Ornaments, and it should say ornament, right? If we scroll down, that didn't magically happen. This was on purpose. Now, why is that? The reason that we want to use variations of the primary key term, and we also used words like outdoor, the word yard, ornament, ornaments. These are the words that are often going to show up. These are also matches. These are also variations of the primary term. Anything that's inside the render DOM is leading to the optimization of the page, okay? Whether it's in the sidebar, the header, the bottom, hidden text, accordions, it doesn't matter. If it's in that render DOM, okay, Google is going to read it. With that being said, I wanted to point that out. Let's come back up here, and I will show you some of these. And when you take a look at these drop downs, all right, this is going to be your head. These are site-wide elements, all right? When we take a look here, this yard lighthouses, a big primary term, this did not exist. It didn't say this. This page did not exist, all right? On top of that, when we take a look here at these particular drop-downs, these drop-downs here, we wanted to make sure to put primary pages that make dollars, okay? If we scroll down to the very bottom, I want to point something out to you. When we look in the footer, primary pages that make dollars, all right? When we take a look here, see this? See this section here? And, say what you will, all right? We jumped up 1,000 clicks. Cosmetic appeal, Google can't read, and Google doesn't care what it looks like, all right? I completely understand human beings are another element, but this is a local e-commerce business, all right? Our main objective is to get up to the top, because you could be as pretty as you want, but if nobody sees you, what did it matter, right? So I want to point some of these things out down here. Again, we're using variation of key term, and we're using different key terms, right? Most notably matches, variations. But as you can see down in here, ornaments, decor, right? Nautical, like we're using different descriptive words as we're internally linking to the pages that are going to make dollars for the business. That's head, that's foot. Now let's go ahead and talk about the sidebar here, all right? This is, again, going to be implementations that we added to the page. So when we take a look here, lawn, lighthouse, revolving beacons, okay? When I click on this, it will take me over to that specific page. When we scroll down here, these accessories, very, very important for the business owner, goes into the sidebar. Again, pointing to the pages that make the business dollars. I'm not pointing to blogs. I'm pointing to high commercial intent pages, pages that make dollars. And if we have a supporting piece of content, that supporting piece of content is things like accessories, solar beacons, Other things that make us dollars. If we're going to support content, we're supporting content with more commercial intent. Why? Because the traffic that Google is sending you, that's what Google thinks your website's about. Okay. Now, do I want Google to think that my site's a blog where we're serving information, or do I need Google to know that I am here to sell product? It's up to you to decide. You decide. All right. Do you want to spend your time answering queries? Because not only in a lot of cases, when I talk to business owners, they're in a specific area. They only service a 20-mile area, right? A radius. So do I want to spend my time spinning my wheels creating informational content where I'm answering questions for a national audience? Or do I want to offer high commercial intent keyword content that's going to hyper focus high commercial intent keywords for my area? Which one do you want to do? Answer queries for people that can't buy, or only get people there that can buy? It's up to you. Moving on. Let's scroll down this page. Let's scroll down here. So again, we're doing this here. Cape Canaveral, we're adding it here, and I want to point this out too. So when we added all of them to the sidebar, this is going to be not based upon material or size, but this is going to be based on what's at the top of the funnel. The vast majority of people, when they come into the asset, and this is where we have an advantage of data, right? When we have an asset that's been up some time, we can clearly see what worked and what didn't work, right? How do people generally find you? Well, they usually find you when they're looking to have a model of one that they love. Okay, then the next thing that they want to know is, well, what's the material? Material will dictate price. Once they know the material, then it's all about size. Again, will dictate price. You see, this is how we can drill down on, okay, here's our main, here's our sizing, and then materials, or materials and then sizing, however you want to look at it. Sizing and material is supporting content to the type. Okay, and that's how the site's set up. So each of these pages, I want to also point out to you, not only did we internally link here with variation and good descriptive wording, we also, here, we have an image link. So that's an image link, another A tag pointing to the page. And on top of that, another A tag here. All right. When we're talking about optimization, we wanted to lend our optimization of the page to the top performer. The top performer we will not mention here, right? We don't want to show him any love. But we noticed that they were heavily utilizing this H tag here. So of course, H tag optimization and heading tag optimization played a massive role in our overall page optimization. But I want to note the type of page that Google is rewarding, we're looking to match and mirror. If Google is rewarding one H tag and this many H2s and this many H3s, that's exactly what we're going to give them. Right? Right. Moving on. So we talked about the header. We talked about the footer. We talked about the sidebar. We talked about the internal linking. Here, I want to point out another piece of internal linking that we did. All right. So when you take a look at this page here, if you scroll down, you'll see some things that flip. All right. So these are our shapes and our sizes and all that type of stuff. And we left the information that was important to the business owner. But we wanted to, again, load up on the things that would make the client dollars. So when you take a look at these little flip boxes, which are pretty fun, and I like the colors, they're very bright. These are the colors that I love. When you take a look at this here, see how these are pages that make the company dollars. Again here, boom, 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 boom. It's only pages that make dollars. Internal link flow is going to these pages. We are screaming to Google, these are important. Scroll down the page here, look at this. Boom, more important stuff. Important. All of it's important. Now, again, when we go up here, I'll point something else out to you. This is the home page. Here is how we branded the home page. There's only 3 headers, right? What do you think those headers say? Boom, boom, boom. Lighthouse man, lighthouse man, lighthouse man. Why? It's the brand name. We are emphasizing the entity. Lighthouse Man is the brand. The main entity is Lighthouse Man. That's the homepage. / what we do. / yard ornaments. / lighting options. / DIY kits. / wishing wells. Main entity, what we do. It's that simple. All right. Header, footer, internal linking, sidebar internal linking, utilization of variation, simple stuff, tweaking, turning the knobs, turning the dials. I hope this has been helpful for you. All right. We're passing internal link flow to the pages that make us dollars. We are removing pages that are dead wood. We are removing pages that are informational. Taking care of internal links, taking care of variations, optimizing, and serving pages that are going to be rewarded by Google. I'm going to take this time to answer any questions that you might have. Here's the result from these tweaks. It probably took about 6 hours of work. On top of that, there's probably a lot of other hours to create. I want to point out to you, each of these pages here. See these? This top level page right here, these are all new pages, okay? These elements down here were already created, but the content that's within this page is new, all right? Each and every one of these types. So when you're sitting on this page, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are new pages. Remove the product pages, made them top level pages, right? We had /product. If you take a look at our deletion pages, those product pages or product catalog pages, they weren't getting any love, nor are they being rewarded by Google. So what do we do? Well, we made this support the main idea. What's the main idea? The lighthouse man. These lighthouses that's what we're all about. That's what we do. It's in our name.